This is a short video about how to remove dot and plasterboard. You can see behind me, this is a dab of plaster, and the board is simply pushed onto the dabs, levelled up with a level. The skin plaster, which is what these dabs are made of, goes hard very quickly, sticks to both surfaces, and there we have a very quick way of plasterboarding a wall. It's also quite quick to get it off again if we ever need to. This wall's been lined with kitchen units and shelves. There's a big gap there, about 3/4 of an inch, 18mm between the board and the wall. So rather than fix through the board to the wall, we're going to take the board off, fit plasterboard to the wall, fit plywood to the wall, and fix the units to that. Now, what I'm using for the majority of the stripping is this little tool. It's a roughneck demolition tool. It's a great idea. It simply goes behind the board and you lever it and off comes the board. But before you do that, run round the joints across the top where the wall meets the ceiling and down the sides and cut through the tape. When plasterboard's applied to the wall, 99% of the time all of the joints are taped. If you pull this plasterboard off without cutting the tape, it will start ripping the tape off the adjoining walls and the ceiling and make a bit of a mess of those. So run around all of the joints with the tape. If you've got any sockets, I've actually cut the plasterboard with the knife around the sockets, but it's a good idea to use a board saw, a jab saw, jab it in the plasterboard, cut round, and then when you pull it off you won't disturb the sockets and they'll be moved later on. So that's how we remove plasterboard, dot and dab plasterboard from the wall. And a very quick demonstration is using this tool. That's about as simple as it gets. It gives you some control over the amount of board that comes off in one go. You're not lumbered with huge bits of plasterboard, and you can see from the top that where I've cut earlier on, the board comes away quite easily from the ceiling. And that's the finished job. When you come to get the plaster dabs off the wall, it's a good idea to use a sharp bolster chisel, a little 3-inch bolster chisel. We actually, because we've got a surplus of them, we sometimes use quite a wide carpenter's chisel that we grind down regularly. It's actually about that long now. I haven't got it to hand at the moment, but we use that because we find that when you get down, once the bolster's knocked the big lumps off, there's always a few little ones left, so we just tap away to get it flush with the wall, which is what you can see there. It goes without saying, and you will see the text at the start of this. You will have seen the text at the start of this video. Turn all of the electric off before you do this. Whatever you do, turn everything off, because there is a law that says if there's a cable in the wall and you don't know about it, then you will definitely go through it. That's how we remove dot and dab plasterboard and get it ready for plywood, ready to hang kitchen units.